Have you ever lived in a family where your parents constantly remind you that you have to finish the food that's put in your plate? I know it doesn't go as far to water, but at times, if you're given water and if your parents are not that wealthy or perhaps not that average, they remind you to finish that water because there are some people who may not even have the chance to actually get that water. Have you ever? A number of us have lived in such an environment where we have become so much used to living a life like that, that even if we go to a restaurant and we are given so much food, we really try to finish it. People who have grown up in abundance may never understand that there is waste. For them, it's just not waste at all. Time, personality, opportunities, energy, gas, charcoal, love, health, prayers, looks, electricity. Those are some of the items I highlighted in one of the posts that I sent prior to this broadcast. And today, we are simply talking about how can we avoid wastes? How can we maximize the resources that we have to ensure that our businesses are well built? It comes through no surprise that most of the people that actually make it in the world of business ensure not to have lots of wastes. Now, you may not be an expert in any of this, and I may not be an expert, but if you have ever done any sort of business, you'll understand that the more you try to avoid waste, the more you get to accumulate whatever it is that you're intending to accumulate, be it money, be it resources, be it knowledge. If you take care of the waste, you will get the profits in turn. So let me just take an example of a business person and like some of the results of waste that you may have. And I'll use the example of food. The brain grows on habits. The more you do something, the more it's going to take it as truth and it's going to implement it everywhere. So let's say you don't like, or you've conditioned yourself not to finish water that's poured, like that's given to you. Let's say you've been given water in a glass and you drink it and you don't finish it, you just leave it there and take off. Time will come when you have a project to finish. In your mind, your brain is trained not to finish things completely or up to the end. And you may not realize it, but you're going to become lazy very fast, more especially when things go hard. Now, this is not proven. It's just what I think. And I have experienced it in my own life, so it may actually benefit you in a way. Let's say you live in a home with a water heater and you usually heat water when it's cold, but somehow you've gotten used to showering using hot water. Now on this particular day, it rained and it's really cold, and there are so many people making jokes about it's your own bed, it doesn't matter whether you shower or not, and somehow you're buying into the idea because your yaka is reading 1 point something, and if you put on that water heater, it's going to go down like completely, and you may actually spend the night without electricity. So what do? There are two things you can do. You can put on that water heater because you really need to shower using hot water. Let's just say there are no other options of getting hot water, and the only option left is using the water heater. So you can go ahead and do that, and you actually get to lose electricity that you may need for something else in the night or even the following day. But there are other options you can take. One, you can decide to jog, you can decide to exercise. You actually don't have to go out. You can decide to exercise and you warm up. And when you're warm, you may not need hot water. So you can use cold water to shower with. That's just an example. There are so many situations, occurrences that we can actually pick up and ensure that we reduce and avoid waste in every section of our lives. Think about it. What is it that you waste the most? You can put it in the comment section below what you think you actually waste the most. And if you think you don't waste anything, you're lying to yourself. That is not true. Like, we all waste lots of things in our lives. The most of it is time, and most of us are aware of that. So in the comment section below, you put your thoughts on this. What do you think we waste the most? If you have any ideas on how to make it better, on how to work on it, we also welcome all that. If it's your very first time watching this, you're most welcome. Please subscribe to our channel if you're watching from YouTube. Otherwise, you can follow us on our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. That's it for today. See you the next time we do this.